Car 100. Today's video is on how the Porsche 996 Turbo's window switch works and why, if you have a 996 Turbo, a C4S, or a GT2 that has these switches, why it's important for you to understand how they work. Stay tuned. This video is about window switches for the Porsche 996 Turbo, C4S, or GT2. Let me tell you, you need to know about these switches. I had an experience not too long ago where one of these switches stopped working on me. I was out of town and I started to panic because I thought it was going to start raining later on. Think about it. You're out of town, you can't put your car in the garage, your windows are down, and you can't roll them up. That's not good. So I'm going to go over today with you how you can avoid getting in that situation and what you can do to prepare for the eventuality of one of these switches failing. And I'll show you how they fail. I figured out what happens inside these switches when you go to press and nothing happens. Okay, the first thing I want to show you is how easy these are to take apart. This little top piece here, it simply pries off, and there's little, I mean, you can do it on the back, you can do it on the side, you can do it anywhere. Just be gentle, and it comes right open. So let me try. This screwdriver might be too big, I don't know, but you could just press on the edge of the little thing and it pops right off. Okay, so I'm gonna bring the camera in even closer so you can see what goes on inside here and why my switch wouldn't activate. Okay, so we have our switch apart, and here's the little cap that came off of it. Now, you see this little tab right here? There's supposed to be 4 of them. One here and then one on each side, but they broke off. These little tabs that hold this cap on, they look like this. They look just like this. These break off and fall off in here. Okay, they fall inside this cavity, and then the switch toggle, they go up underneath the side of where this toggles, and it prevents this switch from activating. Okay, you pop this off and look around in there, you can get these little pieces out and the switches will work fine. Now, in doing that with mine, I found that these switches are very well built. At first I thought they were cheap, but they're not. These switches are very, very well built. So you really generally don't need to buy a new one. If that happens, just go in and get these little pieces out, and the actual switch functioning portion of it works very well. Now I'm going to go to the car. I'm going to show you how to take these out, where they're located, and how to get them out. And I'm going to show you what I did to prepare if one of mine fails outright and I need a new one. I got spares, and I keep them in the car. All right, one more detail I wanted to share with you is, if you look at this switch, you can see that this side has a little cut in it and this side is solid. And then if you look at the underside of the switch, this side, the side with the hump, has a little tab that goes inside of this slot. Okay, so then you know that this, if you ever pop it off, that's where this goes. Now, one other minor detail, if all 4 of your tabs break off, that's fine. These little slots on the side can still snap on, and they'll snap on just fine. I only have 1 tab left, see, on this one, and watch, you put it on and it goes on just fine. So you don't even need those 4 tabs and your switch will be fine. And I'm thinking about just getting rid of them all so that I don't have to worry about them breaking off. Here we are in the car. This is the interior of mine.
these are blanks. This is my little coin tray ashtray box, and it just opens like so. So inside here, I keep this little micro driver here, okay? Keep a micro driver, and I'll show you what these two little tools here are for in a minute. And this just comes out. This is I guess an Irwin 1/4" drive, and this is a Torx T30, okay? T30 driver. What is this for? I'll show you. You grab your little ashtray and you just pull it straight up like that, okay? Underneath, there's these two Torx screws or bolts. They are plastic, so be careful, be gentle with them or you will break them, okay? They're plastic. They look like they're metal, but they're not. You take your little T30 Torx and you can take these out, okay? I'm not going to take them out because I don't feel like taking this whole thing loose, but once you get these two out, this whole thing snaps out. You kind of work a little bit, it'll snap out. On the underside, you know what, I'm gonna show you guys. Man, the things I do for you guys, I don't know, man. And then you watch my videos and don't give me a thumbs up. Oh man, do you have any idea how bad that hurts? So here we go. I'm gonna just real time this. I'm trying to do it as fast as possible because I know my videos are long, kind of long, because I'm long-winded. See how I'm very careful with my little screws, and I'll let you look at these. See this little screw? There's a very coarse thread on it. Okay, this is a T30. All right, there's two of them, and then they screw into an insert. Okay, so the insert is snapped in as well. So you still have to continue to be careful, even after. See this little insert here? Okay, this is what it screws into. So put those in there so I don't lose them. Then this center part, you have to kind of work and it snaps out. It's not real hard. But the reason I took it out is I want to show you how these switches are connected. Okay, and what you have to do to get them out if you actually have to get one out. Now you can pop the tops off, but you might damage one. Just wiggle this like this back and forth gently. They're a little bit tight, so don't force it. Just be patient, take your time, constant pressure outwards, and wiggle, 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 and it will slowly come out. There's no clip or anything that I know of that I could detect. No, there's no clip. You just have to, it's tight. So you pull it, and then this comes off. There's no clip or anything, okay? Same with the black one, okay? Then, to get this switch out, you have to use these little, you have to go on the side, and that's why I keep these in here with it, in case I have to change one and I'm out of town. And you have to work the switch out this way. You have to work the switch out this way, okay? And my switches are working very good right now, but I'm going to go ahead and take one out so you can see how to remove them. It's a little bit tricky because they're snapped on both sides, so you have to do both sides. It kind of sucks a little bit. You got to get crush on the top, and then gently, and don't break it. Oh man, don't break your housing around your switch. And you just got to be patient. And then you want to disconnect this light back here so you don't break it. So just unplug it as you're working. Okay, and as you can see, it has 4 little hooks on either side. Okay, and once this is out, you can either open it up, repair it, or just swap it out with another switch that you have in your glove box. But the mechanism is very robust. Internally, it's very well built, and I didn't think it was at first. But I just want to make sure my fellow Porsche owners don't get stuck out in the middle of nowhere with their windows down and it raining. And they just snap back in. Okay. And just push your switch back in like so. Wiggle it in. Okay. Check for money if you had a previous owner. Don't forget to plug in your little light. Okay. And okay, like so. Put your screws back in and just put your ashtray back in. And you're very gentle with your little plastic screws. I'm using my Torx here, T30. And put my ashtray back in, your tool. I dropped one of them, where's the other one? I have two of those. Oh well. Put your driver in, and you're ready to go out of town. And now we know if we go out of town, our windows work.